Good evening and welcome to Facebook Live. I'm just refreshing my computer and hoping someone's going to join me. I did think I was going to be a bit late, excuse me, coming on. I hope you can hear me okay. Oh, I just had the most horrendous sneezing fit, and believe me, you do not want to be part of it. I expect you could hear me where you were. Oh, lovely. Thank you. This is great. Lots of people joining us. Oh, dear. Excuse me. Hi, Philippa. Oh, I'm really sorry. I just hope it doesn't start again, because you honestly do not want to be part of it. Oh, oh dear. I'm out of breath and everything. And now something's happened to my computer. What's going on? So hello to everybody. I see that we've got Philippa, and I thought I saw Hazel coming up as well, but the names are whizzing past me. Anyway, good evening everybody. I thought I saw Hazel. You sound fine to me at the moment, coughing, etc. I'm sorry. My eyes are watering and everything. Oh dear. And I promise I haven't had a gin. Honestly. Okay, I'm not going to dig myself into a hole tonight, or I'm going to try not to, even though as I understand it, you all had a lovely time. So as long as I'm making you happy, what does it matter? Okay, I have a fantastic product, I suppose it is really, that I want to share with you. I had an idea of something that I could do to use up the bits and pieces of foil that you get left with when you're excuse me, doing your foilables. So there's still all this, where it's silver, that's all the red that is still left on that sheet. And you know, you could put the foilables back through again, but there are going to be bits that aren't going to foil because there are places missing. But that doesn't matter with this technique. And I spoke to my good friend Hazel, and she said, I have just the thing. So she has, and if you want to put a link up, Hazel, that's absolutely fine. Hazel has rolls of this double-sided tape, which is, hang on, it is 9.5 centimetres wide, and there is 15 metres on a roll, and it is £8.99 a roll, and it is like magic. It is super strong. You can die cut with it. You can heat emboss onto it. So I have one finished sample card, but I have lots of bits and pieces where I was playing. So I'm going to show you different things. So that is polished silver, embossed on a scrap piece of card, I have to say. Nothing funny about the shape or anything. It was a bit of the letters that I was like, when I was speaking to Hazel, it was like, oh, can you emboss on it too? And yes, you can. So I'm going to, I don't know if I'll turn the camera so that you can see it, but I'm going to show you the card that I made and the pieces of scrap foil that I used. So bear with me while I just flip the camera. I haven't seen any of the questions, but I know, like I say, Philippa and Hazel are watching, so I'm sure that they will answer any questions if you have it. I've seen that Hazel's just put, sorry, my computer's gone funny again. No, I don't want it big screen. I want to be able to see the comments. As if you have it. I've seen that. That's it. I've just seen that Hazel has posted a link to it on the website as well. So if you do want to treat yourself, then it's just click on that link. So let me flip the camera, stop looking at the thing down there, and then I can show you what I've done. So bear with me. Okay, so let's just bring my computer over. My camera even. No, I don't want to end the video yet. Okay, so is that a sort of okay view? It is. If I move my little bits out of the way a little bit, move that over a little bit, get rid of the horrible light, but we need it. God, it's like a November day here today, honestly, it's hideous. So, it doesn't work, Hazel. Oh. Okay, maybe if Hazel could have a look at that for us. The ladies are saying that the link doesn't work. Okay, so this was the card that I made, and I have used my beautiful blooms. So I've die cut the outer edge, and then I die cut the fancy bit with glitter paper, so that it was really lovely layering the two together. But look at all those beautiful different colours that you've got. So I've used silver, rose gold and gold on this one. And I have actually stamped and heat embossed my sentiment as well. So that worked on it as well. The link works for me. Okay, so it looks like it's all been sorted now. So that's good. I have used the solid daisy and then put glitter centres, and then glitter centres, and used a little bit of the piece that I created. So what I did was I used the tape onto a piece of card, and I have used thinner card this time, so not 300 GSM. I've used about 250 GSM card, just so it was thinner, so that I could, if I wanted to die cut it, it wasn't asking so much of my machine. But I absolutely love, I think it's absolutely amazing. And this is all I've got left now. You need something white behind it so you can see. But look how little there is left on that sheet. I can still take those bits off. So that gold I can still use on another one. But I wanted to show you, look how empty these sheets of foil are now. It's just a really great way of using up your bits that you may have left from the foilables. So I'll put that to one side. I'm just going to run through a few techniques and different things that I did, and then I will actually show you how I created a piece like that. Oh, excuse me. So this one, this was a piece of card that I put the tape down on, and this time I literally tore the backing paper away and just did one piece at a time. So I did one section, and then I went on to do the other section. And can you see here, if I bring this up and get my camera to focus, can you see here I've actually got a bit of the pattern from one of my foilables. That's off of one of the baubles. So you might end up with bits of wording or little bits of flowers. I've got some wording bits here. But when it's a background and everything, I don't think it matters at all. I was just blown away. I was literally peeling bits back, and just where that exposed self-adhesive is, that's where I was putting the foil. There are bits that have missed, and when that happens, you can use a quickie glue pen and put this down where the missing foil is, and then leave it to dry. So it needs to go tacky, so you need to put it to one side and give it at least 20 minutes, half an hour, and then put your foil back over the top. What happens sometimes is when you lift the foil off of the sticky, it pulls the sticky up, so sometimes it can be I mean, I do have bits here that are missing, but if I go back in with the glue pen, I can put it back in if I want to. But when you're doing a background and everything, does it really matter? You could put something down over that part. I was just blown away by how it worked. I really was. And then this one, this is the first one that I did. And again, this was the backing paper, and I literally concertinaed each bit back and did a stripe at a time. Now this has a very funny surface on it because it was all quite sticky afterwards, and I did have areas where it was a bit hit and miss. And when I was showing Hazel, she said, try putting the embossing powder over it. So this has actually got super fine polished silver over the top of the foil. It stuck in a lot of places, but because the tape is heat resistant, it was absolutely fine to heat emboss it as well. So imagine that. die cut. And now, because you've embossed it, it's lost its stickiness. This is still a little bit tacky in places. You can wipe it over with your anti-static bag. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's absolutely fine. It's on my card. But by encasing it with the embossing powder, you've lost any of that stickiness. Imagine putting a sparkly embossing powder. There was one I saw this morning that I've got, and I don't know if it's still available because I'm going sort of finding different things in my pots. But this is called frosted glass. So this is clear, but it's got sparkle in it. And imagine putting that over the top. Isn't that lovely? Yes, you can emboss it, because I did. Let me put them on a sheet. Bear with me. So I did die cut Noel, and I pulled back part of the paper and did it red, and then pulled the other half back and did it green, and then I put it through with an embossing folder that just had little tiny circles on it, so it will emboss afterwards as well. It's absolutely fantastic. And then I die cut, my word, happy, peeled back just part of the backing paper and put my pale blue on it, and then peeled the bottom bit back and put my blue on it. Now that's not solid foil, that is lots of little bits and pieces done. So I haven't die cut a word. I will die cut a word and show you that as well. And then I had a joy that I did as well. So you can mix your colours up. You can have them. You don't have to have the letters in one colour. So again, I've done gold, silver and rose gold. I've sort of now put my foils into colours. So I've got reds and pinks together. I've got blues and purples together, so that I know when I do something like this, that the colours are just going to work so well together. I just think it's wonderful, and all from a roll of tape. I'm just very quickly reading some of the comments just to make sure I'm not missing everything. Okay. And I know some of you had a gorgeous sunny day. Just we haven't down here. I have had a wonderful time playing Hazel. Honestly, I was so excited about this. So let me show you how I did a big piece, and then I'll show you, I'll die cut a letter and show you that as well, because that's just fantastic too. I'm actually going to take the piece of paper out now because I want to be working on my glass mat and not have the card underneath. I don't want it to get stuck on it. Okay, so this is a piece of 250 GSM card, and I am going to literally unravel my tape, pop it down onto my card, smooth it out nicely, flip it over, and I just got my craft knife. I have to do it this way because of being cack-handed, and literally trim it down. And if you've got 15 metres, which works out at like 60 pence a metre, I just think it's amazing. It's such good value as well. So if you wanted to do the concertina one, and the backing paper comes off really easily as well, which with double-sided tape, that's good. So you could pull back big pieces. I'm actually going to do the wiggly one because I really like the wiggly one. So you literally wiggle the tape as you pull it off, so that you're going to get a bit of a wonky line. You don't want it to be straight particularly, but if you want it straight, cover the whole lot and then just cut it straight. I'm going to move it out of the way because I'm going to get some foil ready. So shall we have a bit of dark blue? You can see where I've been using this, it's a bit sticky. So we'll have a bit of, whoops, I'm not going to bring pink into it. I'm going to do pale blue. Oh, I might put a bit of purple in it. I've got a little bit of pale blue left on there. And I'm going to bring some silver in. Okay, so that bit actually hasn't been used very much. So what all you have to do is you want to touch it. I'm going to start with this piece. You want to touch it down onto the stick and then just pull it back. Don't worry about everything else. We will get rid of that later on. Now, sometimes it really sticks, and this is when it lifts some of the sticky off and then your bits won't stick to it. So easier if you do a little bit at a time and just try and get that bit stuck rather than all of it stuck. And it is super sticky, but we'll get round that. If it doesn't stick totally, we will put some quickie glue on and end it. So you just want little areas with different colours of the foil, and then we can come in, we can have a bit of the dark blue. So again, just touching it down, and they all react a bit differently. This one is so much easier than the pale blue. One thing I am going to say is I haven't had much luck with glitter, the glitter foil. Now look, can you see I've got some of the pattern, so that will come out with when I put the next colour into it. So we'll end up with that, which will be rather nice. Okay. So, and now we'll have some purple. So if you want to fill in everything else that is left, you can literally go straight over the top. If you're thinking that you might want to come in with another colour, add a bit more colour in there, just go a little bit at a time. Okay, so we do have a few areas here where it's lifted the glue off, where it got quite stuck at the beginning. So let's just keep going. Okay, so where we've got this big area like here, I'm going to put some glue pen down now so it can be drying. So you want to make sure you get your glue pen going, and then I'm literally just going to try and get some glue in those areas. You can go straight over the top of any of the foil because it will just stick on top. So we will leave that so that can start to dry. Then I'm going to take the next bit of paper off and again do a wiggly line. And should we have something, let's go in with some, let's have some gold. In fact, I'm going to go in with, yeah, let's go in with the pink, and then we'll have some gold. Going to get those letters in there as well, because it'll all get covered up and blended in. So you're not even having to be careful and using certain parts or anything. It is literally bob it down, push down and lift off. I mean, it could not be easier. Okay, so then we'll come in. Oh, I've got some little bit of hot pink left on this one. So let's use a little bit of this hot pink as well. So we get some of these patterns coming out now. So I hope you are enjoying this as much as I did, because I did think it was awesome. And the fact that you can heat emboss on the top of it as well. Look, we've got that lovely pattern there now. So we've got that bauble again. So then I think I'm going to bring in the purple. So I'm going to have pinks and purples. We've got blues with the purple, pinks with the purple. So literally laying this over the top, and this is going to fill in. So it's going to fill in around all those patterns that you've got. If you get a bit missing, just go back in until you've got a solid bit of foil there, and it's going to cover it up as long as you haven't lost your glue. Oh look, I've even got some onto there. Now that might stick where the glue pen was. just think, honestly, I was, as you can tell from the excitement, I just thought it was awesome. Okay, so again, I might need a little bit there. So I'm just going to do this, and then I might not have long enough for the glue to go off because it does need to go tacky. So then we're going to take, that feels a bit funny, don't know what's gone on there. Oh, I think I've torn my card. That's it. Okay. Let's just get this bit stuck down. Sorry, my card has lifted. But so if that happens, just put a bit of your normal glue down and firm that down. And then I can lift off my backing paper and we're back to it being the tape again. So again, wiggle your paper so you haven't got all the same straight lines. I think I'm going to come in with some silver. So some little splodges. Good if you can get your finger on it, because then you'd like almost get a finger's worth. Let's get a bit of that holly. Yeah, I like that it's a bit hit and miss. Let's have a little bit up there. Okay, so then we'll come back with, what other colours have I got? Oh, there's a nice lilac there. So a bit of this lilac. So then we can put the solid bit down and put it over the top where the holly was, and now we've got lilac holly. It's just so clever. And you can hear what it's doing as I lift it up. Right, and then we'll come in with a deeper blue, I think. So now I can just put this over the top, and any bits that are missing, it is just brilliant. So just look, how fab is that? So I will leave this till the end, and then I will come back in and we'll see if we can put that right. But look, where we've got the purple birthday and we've got the lilac holly. How did I get that to show? Can you see that? It's just so clever. So clever. Okay, I hope it's still working because it's my computer just finished again. No, okay, right. Okay. It is a bit like ripping a bandage off, isn't it? Okay, so that would be how you would do the whole sheet. I did have a letter. Okay, so I've got a letter here. No, not that one. Right, let's die cut. We'll die cut a letter, and I will die cut a birthday. So bear with me because I should have done this before. I do apologise. So I will die cut a birthday, and I'm going to do this. Oh no, I had to do it out of with the sheet, don't I? I'm going to do one out of there, and then I need one with my tape on it. So I'm just going to put another piece of tape onto my card, flip it over. So the tape is also perfect size to work if you've got A6 pieces of card, makes it really easy just to put it down onto there. So I will die cut one, and then I will die cut one out of my sticky tape, and one is out of watercolour card. Then I can stick them together and it'll be a little bit more substantial. So let's very quickly pop that one through my die cutting machine. So I'm going to show you now how you can do two-tone die cutting, or two-tone foiling I should say. Okay, so I have die cut one from watercolour cards. So I'm just going to use this as a base just because it makes the word a little bit more substantial for when I'm popping all the foil on. I should have done happy, shouldn't I? It's not such a big word. But never mind, I'll have a happy and a birthday now, won't I? So now I cut it again from tape. So this time I've cut it from with the tape. Make sure you put the word upright so that you've got the sticky facing the right way. It's no good if you do it on the other side. You have to die cut into the sticky so that the word is going to be sticky on the right side so that you can still have birthday. Okay, so we just pop this out. And I am going to get rid of all of that because I'm getting very messy, because I'm getting very excited about all this. And then I'm going to glue my watercolour card die cut to my die cut with the sticky on it, which is going to make this a little bit more substantial and robust for when I'm doing my tape, when I'm pulling the foil off, in case it starts getting a bit firm. Okay, let me just push that down. Okay, so if I want to do two-tone, so I don't want it all one colour, I want to do it like I did here, where I've got the wibbly line. So literally peeling back the backing paper, and like I say, it comes off so easily. I do think that that is a big plus point, because sometimes I could spend so long trying to get the backing paper away. So I'm going to come down about halfway and just tear the backing paper so that we have a wobbly line and it's not all uniformed, because I think it lends itself. Having said how easy it is, easy to get off, I'm just making a meal of it. So nearly there. One last little bit. There we go. So I have all that exposed glue now. Don't think that's down far enough, sorry. That's better. So I'm going to do this in pinks, I think. So we'll have, so what you can do is, if you want the whole top bit done in pink, you don't have to have foil that is solid. So you can go in and just add little bits from your sheet. Whoops. Now my fingers are stuck. This is why I put it onto another cardstock one, so it was a bit, it isn't so, it's more substantial. So you can just take all those little bits off, and this is a really good way to use all those bits up. So this is being made up, my pink top piece is being made up out of lots of little bits that I have left on my sheet. So you don't have to have great big areas, although I do have quite a nice big area. Look, I've got a bit of gold there, that's pretty. but literally, and we've got something going on here, that's better. So just keep going along, filling it all in, popping the foil down on the top. Any extra bits you can rub off afterwards or as you go. Oh, that's going to leave some stick behind. Oh, and I know what's happened. I can see my letters have moved a little bit. It's my glue where I glued the other one underneath. Okay. Maybe I should have done that afterwards. Okay, so once we're happy with our coverage, we can then take the bottom half of our backing paper, and because I haven't got to tear this, I should better get this off much easier. Right, there we go. And I do also now have something that I can hold on to that isn't sticky anymore. Okay, so then we can take, should we take purple? And we can place this down. Again, let's get some so that I can hold it. You will just have so much fun doing this, and it is just so good because you're using all those little bits up to fill in all those gaps, and you can just keep coming back until they're totally covered. Whoops. I'm trying to get that nice big bit. That's it. And now I can hold that while I do the rest of it. But just pull it back gently. Let's find another bit. And the other thing that I thought you could do as well is you could put this down onto, you could do strips of this, so like do cover, completely cover. Oh, I haven't got the backing paper off of this one. So if you have any problems with anything sticking, do check that you've actually taken your backing paper off. Maybe it would be a good idea to take a couple of letters off at a time, and then you would only be having to deal with the stick that is revealed. Whoa, like that. Don't want it to stick on the wrong side. So that might be, that's probably a top tip, is just take off a letter at a time, and then you can go back in and fill in the gaps, because I'm not fighting. You won't be fighting with the stick. That's better. Right, let's get this. This is what amazes me, is when you see this, it's all just going to be completely covered, but you've seen how it was just bits and pieces and not everything had taken. I don't know what I've got there. I don't know if that's a bit of, or whether it's no glue. Might be no glue. Might have to go back and do that bit. But where it was, it's just been made up of lots and lots of little bits of foil. And now look how fab that looks with that lovely pink and the purple. I do have a piece there. Let's put the glue pen. Let's have a little bit there of my glue pen. I can feel something there and a little bit there. And let's go back That bit might not dry in time. Actually, I've got a little bit on my pink as well. That may not dry in time before I've finished, but the piece that I did earlier, what did I do? That was this piece. I've just put everything down on top of, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's get a nice bit of blue and let's go over the top of there. And now look, it's covered it. So the quickie glue pen that I put down has gone tacky enough for it to stick to. I can't remember where else I put it now. Did I put a bit down there? Oh, I don't want that colour. Let's go back in with purple. So that has filled up those holes now where I had it. So the quickie glue pen works a treat. Did I put any up there? I can't remember. Let's try the blue. Not sure if I did that bit. Oh, I did. There we go. Just brilliant. So any bits that you get that you aren't happy with, just go back in with your quickie glue pen and that will be fabulous. The other thing I wanted to show you, right, I'm going to die cut another birthday out of this one. Bear with me. So I've got it, yep. Oh, it moved a bit. Blast. So it's not going to have a bit on the top on one of my letters. So just taking out, again, make sure you do it with the sticky side up. I think my D is going to be missing. Either my D or my H. I don't ever work like this. I am so sorry. I'm so messy. But there was just so much to show you, and it's just like, yeah, it's amazing. You could write, yes, you can write names. Yeah, I've got a little tiny bit missing off the top. Okay, I must be able to, oh, but then it won't be like, oh, no, it won't be shaped like a D, will it? I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I want to show you that this is just brilliant with embossing powder as well, because it is heat resistant. So I am taking all my backing paper away. I'm going to get my craft knife before I get into a horrible mess, and I'm going to take, oh, I could have ripped just part of the paper off. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, let's see. So I'm just going to sprinkle powder over part, and I will pick up the bit. So now I've got embossing powder on the bottom parts of my letters. Bear with me. Oh, I've just had another thought. Yes, you must be able to do that. It won't be easy, but you must be able to. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in my heat tool. And I'm going to let this heat up a little bit. And I am actually going to hold it. And then I'm going to bring my heat tool in and look at that go. Now, I don't know if I'll affect the top part of this tape where I've got the heat on it. But there's only one way to find out. Now, I don't know if that will take powder still, but what I was thinking was, although it does look lovely, doesn't it? Oh, let's try. What I was thinking was we could have done it with the foil, just putting little bits of foil on it. But let's try with the gold. Or you could put sparkles. So if anybody's got, what wow sparkles, you could just put that on the top of it because it's sticky and the glitter would stick to it. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. This may well not stick because it could be that there's not enough of the sticky left. Right, okay, so I've got little bits missing where I die cut it, but we know that. So let's just put this back in the pot. But it has stuck even though I heated the silver. So maybe a better way would be to just reveal part like I did before. Just take part of the paper off. But let's heat this as well. Okay. I love that. I love how it's all gone melted into each other. And I know how I can get round that. So I have a wow pad that, well, both my wow pads are a bit tired. So bear with me because this has to cool down a little bit. So what we can do is just touch the top of the H, the top of the D, and just the top of the Y. I don't want to touch too much because it will stick a second layer in places. So you do want to be try and be a little bit accurate with where you're putting it because you don't want two layers really in too many places. So I've got powder now where I didn't have. Whoops. I did have. Yes, I still got it. Let's pop that back. Okay. So get my tweezers and just heat those two bits up now. So now at least I didn't waste that with the corners not being done. So now look at that. I mean, obviously it's a bit wonky, but I can straighten that out. But look, how lovely does that look? So you could do that with sparkles. So you could have embossing on the bottom and sparkles on the top. You could have embossing and foil. But you'd be able to straighten this out to pop that down. But it looks like metal. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I just love how this die cut as well. I mean, this was... Should we die cut this? Let's try die cutting this. Yeah, let's. Okay. So if I'd have positioned it a little bit better, although it's not bad, I could get two. I could use that with these pieces on a card and put a happy, which I will do. There's the bit for my A, whichever way round it goes. There's the middle for my A. So I will do these. There's the middle for my Y to make that, and the middle for my B. Okay, and now I can just pop the birthday out. When you've got something like this, I would release it from a few of the holes. And I did think about it, and then I totally forgot. But I do have some release paper that my good friend Davina gave me. And I should have used that in between. But look, how lovely is that? I love it with the embossing on the top. How fabulous is that? So where I did that bit this afternoon, I have wiped it with this piece here that's now all covered in bits of foil. I know there's not anything much left there, but let's just see. Should we do it with gold this time? Let's just see if the embossing powder sticks, because it's got like a bit of a sticky feel to it. So that was why I liked the effect that I got when the embossing powder. There's not a lot, there's some. So let's see, but like I say, I've been touching it and the foil's been on top of it with the glue. So I'm not surprised it's not perfect, but let's just have a look. I could rub an ink pad over the top, but let's just see what we get. You're going to get some oh wow, can you, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, hang on, so if my cable's long enough, but it all like bubbles up on it as well. Oh wow, do you know what, I've never known such a good product name as well. Oh my goodness. How beautiful does that look now? Oh, it is. It's gorgeous. Oh, okay. I've really enjoyed having a play. I hope you've enjoyed it. But this is what. So what I did with my happy birthday was I literally wiped over with an anti-static bag. I did get splodges of clear, but I stamped it in black and then put clear embossing powder on it. And that way it doesn't particularly show, but you can see, you can read the happy birthday, and it is enamelled looking. Right, so let me swing the camera around. Oh, let's see if this, before I swing the camera around, let me just see if this has dried enough. So I had a bit of purple down the bottom, didn't I? Let's just try. Let's get a nice bit of foil. Not that there's a lot left on here, but then that's the idea. No, it's not dried yet. No, I'll leave that, and I'll wait until it's properly dried. Look at those. Oh, wow. Right, hang on, bear with me. Let me just flip the camera. Oh, wow. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you feel inspired by this roll of tape. If you don't have one, I know that Hazel's put the link up, and I will put it at the top of the post when the video is finished. But yes, I mean, I just think that is absolutely beautiful, and all those different colours in there, and just such a great way to use that foil. That with the silver, I know it's the wrong way round, but that with the silver over is so sparkly. It's beautiful. And to think that you can die cut and heat emboss with it as well. So you could do your alphabet letters like I did the Noel and the Joy. And don't forget about putting it through. Oh, shall I put a little bit through an embossing folder? Let me just cut this down. Bear with. Let's see what this looks. Oh, I'm not going to cut it down. I'll just put it through with the birthday. Hang on. I have a beautiful, I have like a damask pattern, which I think is what will look. Oh, will it be going the wrong way on that one? Yeah, it will a bit. Oh, I don't have that many embossing. Oh, I know what I've got. That beautiful mandala one. So this is a mandala one that it's a, oh, help me out, Hazel. Is it Memory Box? Yes, it was Memory Box. Right, let me just, oh, and I had trouble with this the other day, didn't I? Hang on. Oh, don't want that. Oh, I know what I've got. Right, I had trouble with this the other day, trying to sort my platforms out to do embossing, because it was a thick one. So I don't know if I've got this right or not, but there's only one way to find out. So bear with me a minute, because if this comes out embossed, Oh, yeah, that'll do. Right. Take it out carefully because I want to be able to use. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Oh my goodness me. For a bit of sticky tape. So this special sticky tape, the foil on a bit of thin card and embossed. Oh my goodness. Just look at that. And that would just look gorgeous on there. Oh, right, okay. I hope I've inspired you. I've had a lovely time. So thank you so much for joining me. Like I say, I hope you've been inspired. Don't forget you can emboss it. The other thing I wanted to do, and I still haven't done it, is I want to cut strips of, so put the tape onto the card, maybe put the foils on and then cut it into strips and just have strips and a sentiment on your card. I will do more with this, definitely. Oh, I just love that. I'm going to finish that tomorrow. That is stunning. Absolutely. I just wish, I'm going to flip the camera because you've got to see this. Because when you get the light on it, look at the light on there. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And if I put that on, have a bit of black card behind it, and I'll die cut a birthday. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. Amazing. Okay, right, let's flip the camera again. Oops, no. No. Don't look at my mess. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope I've inspired you. I hope I've inspired you to go treat yourself to a roll of this and to get your foils out. And please, please share with me what you've made on the group Crafty Friends of Julie Hickey Designs, because I love to see what you've made. And yeah, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you again. I will see you again soon. Tomorrow I am going to go through the sample cards because I did promise, and I have some giveaways to do as well. So I'll be back tomorrow at 8 and we'll go through all the sample cards and do some giveaways. Okay, so thank you ever so much again, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye.